Hello everyone. Welcome back for another video. For those of you that don't know, my name's Nancy and I'm with Nancy's Original Art. Also, for those of you that are new, I would greatly appreciate it if you would subscribe to my channel. And once you've seen this video, I really hope and appreciate if you would please like this video. Now, for today's video, we are going to do another fluid art or Dutch pour painting, whatever you want to call it. But first, I wanted to say or apologize because I did tell you in video number 42, I had showed you a painting that I had done. It was at the end of the video. And I told you that on my next video, which would be video number 43, that I was going to actually show you that painting. Once it had been resined, cured, I was going to show it to you. Unfortunately, I ran into a slight hiccup and didn't realize that I didn't have enough resin to be able to complete that painting. I have since ordered more resin. I just recently got it in, so I will actually be getting that painting resined, and I will be able to show it to you so that you see the difference between when it's just a dry Dutch pour and then once we put the resin on, the difference between the two. You're going to see why we as Dutch pour or fluid art artists like to resin our paintings. Now what I wanted to do real quick, I want to re-show you that actual painting because I noticed that when I was trying to show it to you in video 42, I was kind of struggling with actually getting the painting turned or whatever to where you could actually see it and not have it so close to the camera that you couldn't see much. You'll have to forgive me. As I've stated in the past several times, I'm still somewhat of an amateur at doing these videos, but I know that the more I do them, the better I'll get. So give me just a moment. I'm going to actually pause the video because not only do I want to show you that particular painting one more time so that you can get a better view of it as just a dried painting, okay? But then I'm going to show you another painting that I had done in one of my prior videos, but now it's actually resined. So I want to show you that one too. And just to let you know, both paintings that I'm showing you, those are up for sale. Anyone that wants it, just let me know. I will try my best to remember to post my email address. So please, 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 if you like either one of them, just send me an email and I will get you a quote. Now, the quote that I give you is not going to include the shipping. So you're going to need to also expect that there's going to be shipping on there. So I will do my best to try to get the amount of that shipping so that then I can relay that to you. And then if you decide that yes, it's still something you can do, I will definitely make sure I get it to you, okay? So for the moment, I'm going to pause the video and I will be right back. Okay, so this is the painting that I was talking about. This is the one that I told you I was going to get resin and then I was going to actually once it cured, I was going to have it in the next video and show you just what it looks like once it's been resined. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up closer so that you can see a closer view of it, okay? I just wanted to make sure that I definitely gave you a good shot of it. Now this is a closer view. This is what it looks like when it's dried, okay? Now, like I said, I'm going to take it, and in the next few days, I'm going to actually get it resined. You never know, I might actually do a video for that. And then, once I get it resined, I promise, it's going to come up in a video once I get it resined, and I'm going to show you what it looks like once it is resined. Now the next picture that I want to show you this picture has been resined. You can tell because you can see my ring light glaring off of it. And I do apologize for that, but it cannot be helped once it's resined. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up closer with this one and show you one of the reasons why we like to resin our pictures, okay? You would not believe how many people actually ask me, why do you resin your pictures? One, because it actually protects the picture. Now, if I could get that ring light out of there, trust me, I would try my best. Right in here, you're seeing some gold. That's that 24 karat gold. I'm going to come in a little closer. I know the ring light's in the way, but like I said, I can't really help it. See that gold? Gorgeous gold. Now, yes, when the painting is dried, before we resin it, you can actually see that gold. You can see it, but once we put that coat of resin on, that shimmer that's in that metallic gold, or in whatever other metallic or pearly color that we have, you're going to actually see that shimmer, that sparkle pop through. And it's going to look really, really amazing. So that's why I wanted to show you both paintings, okay? And that's why once, like I said, once I get that one painting resined, I'm going to make sure that I do put it up on a video so that you can see the difference between the dried and then see what it looks like after it's resined. It's really going to make those colors pop. It's going to make them stand out. And again, if there's any metallic or pearly colors in there, you're going to really see that shimmer come out, or that sparkle, whatever you want to call it, okay? So that's the reason that I wanted to show you that. I've had a lot of customers ask me, why do you resin them? Like I said, one, it's because it helps protect the painting, keeps it from getting destroyed. Number two, again, it makes those colors really pop, makes those colors really stand out. And I think that when you all see the difference, you're going to understand it more. Now for today's video, I am going to be doing a 16 by 20, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually pause the video and I'm going to bring you in closer so that you can actually see what it is I'm doing and the colors that I'm going to be using. So give me just a moment and I'll be right back. And yes, I know, for those of you that are not new, oh, give me just a second. I'm telling you, I'm an amateur at this. For those of you that are not new, I know it's been a little over a month since I've posted a recent video. I've actually had some health issues that came up, but those health issues are now gone, or for the most part they are. I do have some other issues that have popped up that unfortunately it's not going to go away. It took me a little bit to be able to process it, but now that I've processed it, and now that I'm following what I was told to do by my doctor, and hopefully it's going to slow the process down, and I'm going to have about, say, another 10 years before it becomes a major issue. So yay me, okay? Today is going to be a positive video, I promise. Okay, so for today's video, I'm not doing my typical bases. I usually either do black or white, but today I'm changing it up. I have decided that I am going to do a very, very light yellow, and I'm hoping that you're going to be able to see the color. It's a very, very light yellow, and almost a baby yellow is what I'm calling it. Almost a baby yellow. Very pretty color, and I'm so excited to be using it. Then for my other colors, I actually have a new color, and it is Pearl Rose by Arteza. Pearl Rose by Arteza. Then I'm using Rose Pink by Liquitex Basics. Rose Pink by Liquitex Basics. And then I am going to be using my Sterling Silver by Deco Art. Now, in the video, it might look more white, but I swear it's sterling silver. Then I am using, it's one that I actually made myself. It's made with the Artist Loft Titanium White and the Liquitex Basics Medium Magenta. And it actually makes for kind of a, well, sort of like a baby pink, I guess. Maybe just a little darker. And then last but not least, I am using Liquitex Basics Medium Magenta. So yes, this is going to be my colors along with the baby yellow. I thought those colors would be really pretty together. Now, I did do a painting. In fact, if you give me just a second, I'm going to pause the video and I'll be right back. Okay. This is a painting that I just recently did a few days ago. And yes, it's the similar colors. The difference is this one had the 24 karat gold. Now, I had actually done a video with it, but I didn't like the way the video turned out, and I wasn't too happy with the colors. As far as I didn't like the 24 karat gold with it. So I did not post that video. It's not going to get posted. Plus, in that particular painting, I felt that the yellow was still a little too bright. Now, clearly, there's someone out there that may like it. If you're one of those people, again, I'm going to try to remember to post my email in this video somewhere. If you're interested in it, let me know. I can get it resined and I will get it sent to you. I will be able to let you know in an email what the price will be. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead, and I know I keep pausing you, but I'm going to pause the video again, and I'm going to get this canvas flooded, and we're going to get going. Okay, so I've flooded the canvas, and I've got to tell you, already I'm liking this background compared to the one I just showed you. This yellow, is, for me, just seems a lot prettier. Okay, so now what we're going to do is, and yes, I've already taken my blowtorch and blew out all the bubbles, okay? So now what we're going to do is, we want to make sure that our paints are good and shook up, because especially the metallics, they sometimes tend to want to separate a little bit. So you just want to make sure that you give them all a good shake, okay? And then, as I've stated in many other videos, make sure that you don't open your paints over the painting, because they tend to sometimes explode out the top. So you always want to open them off to the side. Now, this is that new color I got called Pearl Rose. I'm so excited to be using it. And now we're just going to lay some down. Now this one I went a little bit heavy because I want it to really stick out. Once I put it down, take a napkin and just wipe the tip so that you don't get dried paint on the tip. The next color I'm going to be using is the Rose Pink. The Pearl Rose, again, it was by Arteza, okay? The Rose Pink by Liquitex Basics is the next one. Now we're just going to put that down. I'm telling you, these colors are so pretty together. Okay, and now we are going to the 24 karat gold by DecoArt and the sterling silver by DecoArt. Those ones really do separate. So you definitely want to make sure that you get them shook up really, really good, and then you'll be good to go. Okay, and then the next color is the one that I actually made myself. Again, it's the Artist Loft Titanium White with the Liquitex Basics Medium Magenta. And it made for a really pretty light colored pink, which, like I said, is kind of like a, sort of like a lavender, but more pink. Almost like a baby pink. Very pretty color, I can tell you that. And then, of course, last but not least, we have the Liquitex Basics Medium Magenta. All right. And now what we're going to do is, now that we've got them down, we're going to take our blowtorch one more time, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to pop these bubbles. That is, if we can get the blowtorch to work. All right, there we go. Now you're just going to take it and you're just going to run it down the colors, just kind of going back and forth, just to get all those little bubbles popped that you created when you shook the paint. But like I said, you have to shake them. All right, now comes the fun part. We're actually going to blow it out. All right, so here we go. Okay. So, as you could tell, I was kind of having a little bit of issues with some of it. Let me try something really quick here. Okay, so I still somewhat have an issue. Give me just a second, because what it is, I think I got a little too much base, and so when I went to blow the colors out, the base was kind of covering up all the colors. So I'm going to try something. I know I say not to do this, because you take the chance of ruining your painting, but I really need some color in there instead of all that base. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the blowtorch. We're going to pop the bubbles, and I'm praying that I did not just ruin this painting. I'm just going to run it over like that. Do the same thing over here. All right. Now we're going to try blowing it one more time. Okay, so that turned out a little better. So now I'm going to try to fix this side just a little. This one's not too bad, but I just want to try to fix this little area. And then I think this painting will actually be just the way I wanted it. It's going to look really good. I'm going to be happy. All right. Oop, I almost forgot. Whenever you do anything like this, you need to make sure that you're taking your blowtorch and that you're popping those bubbles before you go blowing it out. And now let's give it a shot. All right, let me try one more little bit here. Okay. I think it's as good as it's going to get. I don't want to mess with it anymore because I'm afraid that I might actually ruin it by messing with it anymore. But it don't look too bad. What I'm going to do is go ahead and pause the video and bring you in for an actual close-up. Be right back. Okay, so number one, I'm going to tell you right now, I am so glad that I ended up going with the sterling silver instead. To me, it just looks so much better with that sterling silver. And in a moment, when I turn the flash on, you're going to be able to see that sterling silver stand out some. Like right in there, you can see it, but not as well as you will once I turn the flash on. But I just wanted to show you real quick what it looks like without the flash. You can somewhat see shimmer, but once I get this flash on, now you're going to see that shimmer. There's some of that shimmer coming out from the sterling silver and that beautiful pearl rose that's in there. Once again, I'm so glad that I ended up using the pearl rose. I mean the sterling silver. I'm glad I used pearl rose too, but I meant to say sterling silver. But just so you know, that pearl rose is gorgeous. It's a very pretty color. I just love it. And just so that you can see it better, I'm going to try to show you a close-up of the pearl rose. Look at that beautiful color. Let me turn the flash off and see if it changes a little bit. Ah, that's better. See that? Such a pretty, pretty color. And it's got that pearly look to it. Okay. Just one more reminder. Once you've got your painting completed the way you think it should look, you're going to want to use your trusty little tool. Like I said, this is just a very thin but long knitting needle that I like to use. And again, I will have some paper towel handy, and I just go along the bottom of the painting and I scrape the bottom edge to catch the drips. And again, the reason for that is so that your painting isn't being pulled from the center off the edge. You want to catch those drips to keep that from happening. Just one more time. I'm just going to take this trusty stick, scrape along the bottom, and catch those drips. I'll finish the rest here in just a moment, but I would like to thank all of you once again for joining me for another video. I'm sorry that it was a little longer than what I typically try to do, but I hope you all continue to have a great rest of your day, and until next time, bye!